Hey, what is up, everybody? I have a question for you today. Let me just ask you this question first, and then I'd love to hear your comments below on what you think. How do you judge cover songs? How do you judge them when you hear them? Where do you set the bar with cover songs? Like, how do you judge whether a cover song is good or not? When you hear another band do a rendition of someone else's song, especially if it's someone you really love, right? Especially if it's a song by someone you really, really love, and then someone else covers that song, what do you think? Like, how do you judge that song? I'm curious as to what you think. I'll tell you what I think when it comes to cover songs. It's funny, as a musician, I can tell you that when I do a cover song, my goal is and has always been, like, I want to add my 2 cents to the conversation of that song, right? I look at a song like a narrative, like, okay, well, here's a really great song by this band. Now there's legend around that song, right? There's a story around that song, right? And like, when I do a cover song, man, I'd like to add to that story, right? So what I mean is, you got people out there who are fans of that song, right? They're fans of the band and they're fans of the song. But could I put like another take on that song that would kind of add to the story of that song, right? So now that song has a bigger, more fuller, more complex story, right? There's some really famous songs out there that you can just find lots and lots of cover versions of those songs. Like, for instance, Freebird by Lynyrd Skynyrd, right? So many people have covered that song. It's a very popular, very famous song. Many people have covered it. Jumpin' Jack Flash by the Rolling Stones. Many people have covered this song. And I could go on and on and on, right? I could go on and on and on with especially with some of these rock songs. But in any genre of music, you'll find many covers for some of the most popular songs. And, I think, to me, like, those cover songs, like, they kind of add to the story of that song, right? Because you got the original version, and then you got, like, the live versions by the band, and then you got the unplugged acoustic versions by the band, and then now you got all these cover songs by people doing their own renditions. You'll have, like, people, and this is the beautiful thing about YouTube, I think, personally. You'll have, like, people, like, 2-man acoustic bands doing that song. You'll have, like, the bluegrass version of that song. You'll have that song done on keyboard. You'll have the hip-hop remix done of that song. You have all these different versions of that song, and it all kind of adds to the narrative of that song. And it kind of like to me, it builds legend around that song. It makes it bigger, like, than what it was before when it was just a great song. That's my opinion. And, as a musician, like, I always kind of, like, whenever I want to cover a song, I don't know how you guys do it when you go to cover songs. I'm talking to you musicians out there. But when I go to cover a song, like, I will listen to the song, right, the actual song, but then I'll go around YouTube and I'll watch a bunch of people cover the song. It drives my wife crazy. I'll watch like 10, 15, 20 different people do the song. And everyone's doing it a little bit differently. Not everybody plays it the same way. Not everybody plays it in the same key. And everyone's doing it a little bit differently. So I will get all these different, versions of the song, and I'll just kind of take it in, and I'll start trying to figure out, like, how I want to do it, like, what my version is, like, and like generally as a musician, like, I try to put everything through my own filter, right? I don't want to try to sound like the artist that I'm covering, because I can't sound like the artist I'm covering. I'm not going to do it as good as the artist that's doing it, not if I try to imitate them. I need to try to put it through my own filter and do, like, my version of that song, because ultimately my goal is to add to the narrative. I'm not really adding to the narrative of that song if I'm just trying to imitate the original, right? So I really want to kind of do my own, like, version of that song. That doesn't mean completely, like, destroy the integrity of the original song. That's not what that means. It just means, what does the original song look like if I did it? Like, if I wrote that song, what would it sound like? Like, what how would it be? You know what I mean? I don't know if that makes sense. Maybe I'm just rambling, but you guys have to let me know what you think about it. Here's the twist. As a fan, I feel like I'm a little bit different, when I listen to cover songs. Sometimes I get a little biased against cover versions. Like, I kind of hated it when Johnny Cash did the Nine Inch Nails thing, and he got so much credit for that. It was almost like he wrote the song. I did not think it was as good as the Nine Inch Nails version of Hurt. I didn't think it was as good. I thought the Nine Inch Nails version was better. I just thought it was better. I thought it sounded more sincere than the Johnny Cash version, and it's fine that he got all that credit. Johnny Cash is a legend, for God's sakes, and he did a good job on the song. And I also like that he added to the narrative of that song. It was definitely Johnny Cash doing that song. I just enjoyed the original better, and I think it's like I said, I wasn't looking at the covers. I was looking at the cover song like a fan. I was a fan of Nine Inch Nails, so I didn't look at the cover song fairly. I guess you could say that. Another one is this song that I heard recently. It's a Soundgarden song, and I'll put it around here somewhere. I can't remember who covered which Soundgarden, but I heard a band cover a Soundgarden song just recently, and I absolutely hated it, man. I absolutely hated it. I understand I was judging that cover song with the bias of a true fan of, I think it was an Audioslave song, actually. It wasn't a Soundgarden song, but I understand I was judging that song with a bias of someone who's just a big Audioslave fan. And like that cover song already started in the hole for me. But yeah, I hated that song, and it might be a good song. It wasn't for me. Anyways, what do you guys think? How do you guys see cover songs? Do you love them? Do you hate them? How do you see cover songs when they're covering a song by a band that you truly love and enjoy? Do you have more of a bias against those cover songs? How do you guys see them? I want to hear what you have to say. I hope you guys are having an awesome day out there, and let me know if you like this kind of video, and just hit me up, and I'll do more like this. All right, guys. Peace, everybody.